Welcome. So this is my beautiful cousin Paloma. I call her Polo and Lola. So if you hear me say that, it's still her. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, introduce yourself.
I don't know what to say. I'm your cousin.
My cousin.
I feel like I introduced Natalie to making videos. I don't think I did, but I
She encouraged me
yeah.
for sure. Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's nice to be in one of her videos, yeah, and
It's
just
nice
like
to have
yeah.
you, Do you want to say like what you do, what you study?
I study art and I like to teach art and just like do creative things.
She's good with filming as well.
Yeah, I like
She gives
making
me lots of
video
tips.
art and stuff like that. Yeah.
You're very artistic.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
So we're going to talk about disability in relation to dating, relationships, sexuality, and it makes me a bit uncomfortable if I'm being honest, but that's why it's good to push myself to do it. And I think I was sort of reflecting on why it made me feel uncomfortable, and I think part of it, if we think about it societally, is that people with disabilities are often kind of viewed as asexual, and it's not really like given as the norm that people with disabilities have relationships, have sex, you know. So I was in a really long-term relationship, and when I was with Mikey, like we were at the hospital or something. I'm thinking of a specific time. And the doctor said, "Oh, is this your brother?" And you know, Michael was quite shy, but when it came to those sorts of things, he was quite bullshit. So he was like, "What if she's my sister? The things I do to her, I were
Oh yeah, you remember you telling me this? Yeah, I remember that story. What did he say?
He was like, that was funny. It made me feel better because I think I was like feeling a bit shit at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So.
No, I think that's definitely a true point. It's like this, as we were talking about, there's like a lot of like stigma and like ideas that people have about people with disabilities and their relationships. And this was something that I wanted to talk about, was like I wanted to ask you like how you feel about, been a couple of TV shows recently about people with disabilities and they're like documenting their dating life, like like reality sort of TV. I just wondered like how you felt about that.
I haven't watched those ones. I have watched in the past, not extensively.
Okay, yeah.
To be honest.
Maybe it's a bad thing to talk about because neither of us have watched it.
Well,
I think I've watched some of the Undateables.
Yeah, I watched I mean, even the title.
Yeah, I know. But I think that they were trying to like. Yeah. I think they were trying to play on the stigma.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's perhaps like, I think the intention was good, but I think that it is like quite an inherent problem. Yeah. That it kind of would go over most people's heads. Yeah. It kind of went over my head a little bit. Yeah. I have a disability, so if that makes sense. I mean, I think anything that gets disability talked about more is a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true.
But obviously anything that heightens stigma is not such a good thing.
But I think that in that show they were trying to show like...
Were they?
I think so,
haven't seen it, so.
Okay, we're going to watch it and then we'll come back and talk about it.
So I think when it comes to relationships and dating and stuff, that it's different for everyone. Yeah. And I don't think it's just a disability thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I guess if I think back, like to when I first became interested in boys, I was quite a late bloomer actually. Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah.
I was going to be like at the wee age of...
What are you trying to say?
I don't know.
No, I was... no judgment, obviously. Yeah, I was like My
Okay.
first kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that old really, but from the girls I was around, it was like archaic.
Yeah, just get my chastity belt on.
Yeah. Yeah.
16.
I know, and like, you know how boys like, oh, you're so frigid, just because I won't do what I want, but that's like another subject.
Yeah.
So
Another video.
yeah. So I'd say I didn't have a great deal of, like, a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that is because, like, we were talking about perspective. I think that's maybe because I didn't care that much.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, you know, I wasn't too bothered.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been times when I've liked somebody and I've projected my insecurities onto them.
Yeah.
And specifically when it comes to disability, because when you have a disability, your body is often different to the norm. I mean, as a bigger subject, all of our bodies are so different, and it's like this ideal that's depicted. It's, you know, quite harmful.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think with a disability, oftentimes your body is that bit more different, which can make it really hard to navigate. You know, you're adolescent, you're a teenager, you're like got all those insecurities.
Everything is scary anyway.
All your hormones are going crazy, and it's like that on top of everything else.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes, like, people would like me, and I would convince myself that they didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I wasn't too bad. I think as I got older, it became more complicated.
Yeah.
But I was shy. So that was another part of it. I was shy.
Do you think now you're a shy person?
Not predominantly. I can be shy at times.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I don't think you're shy at all. That's why I wanted to ask, because I was like, wow, I can see how you could have been shy when you were younger.
I was really shy.
Yeah. Are you shy with guys when you meet guys? Like.
Not so much now, but I do get nervous, and I have to kind of.
But I think
that's
so normal.
Yeah,
like, who doesn't?
Right?
Like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I guess, you know, like anything in life, you push yourself out there, and then it just kind of becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's linked with kind of knowing your worth more and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and like, so when me and Michael first got together, you know, and I think this is really common for a lot of women, and I'm sure men as well, but obviously we're women, so that's kind of experience we have. You know, I wouldn't let him see my stomach.
Okay.
For, I don't know, maybe after we became intimate, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But it really made him sad because he accepted me, and it really made him sad that I felt that way.
I think it's really hurtful, like, when you have a partner and you can, like, you see these insecurities in them, and you see these things that they don't like about themselves that you don't see.
Yeah.
I think it can be, like, it's really difficult because it's like you just, there's nothing, it's like a powerless feeling, like there's nothing I can do to help you.
And that's the thing, unless it doesn't matter how much somebody else loves you, unless you love yourself.
Not.
It's
No, I don't think that other people can give you confidence.
No, it can help, but unless you're able
you have to have people around you that is, like, supportive of your journey.
Yeah.
But I think it is always comes down to, it's like your journey.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. Obviously, you can surround yourself with the wrong people or the right people. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because with spinal muscular atrophy, because you use your muscles in a different way, and you kind of breathe from your belly quite a lot, so you expand your belly out. So we call it that. I've got spinal muscular atrophy. Did I say that? So we call it the SMA belly. So it's like it sticks out a little bit.
Okay.
And it's really probably not as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
But
you notice all those things that, like, seem like so much worse to you.
And I think especially I was in my late teens.
And there's like such like this like thing about like the flat belly, like the toned belly,
like washboard stomach. It's just like nobody. I mean, very few people have.
Yeah.
And actually, like now I'm at a stage where I'm much more, it's a process,
Yeah.
not every day.
And I also think it's a thing with age. Like, I think that,
embrace your curves.
Yeah, and I think when you're young, it's
what
really
makes you
easy to feel
different.
insecure. And I feel
Yeah.
it's just like a thing that happens, like when you're kind of at that age. And then I feel like confidence is something that often grows.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say it hasn't been... Relationships in general have been challenging. I've had relationships with both men with disabilities and then able-bodied men, but predominantly able-bodied men. Yeah.
And do you think it's easier?
Logistically, yeah. But
having someone that can relate to you, and like, do you find that?
Oh,
like,
what, with a disability? Or?
Yeah, like if you like, I was just wondering. It's like an open question, but like, do you find like dating someone with a disability, like they kind of understand a bit more and they like relate to you a bit more, or not really?
So it's hard for me to tell because the guys that I dated with disabilities when I was much younger.
Yeah.
So as a grown adult, it's been more. I do have a friend, and yeah, he lives in America, so nothing's happened, but we like flirt and stuff, and I think he does teach me things actually. Yeah. I think he's more sensitive to the insecurities that can come up for a woman with a disability, and vice versa.
Yeah, but there are just some people who are like more like understanding or more empathetic than others, just as a general. So
that's true.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe in my experience, when you have a disability, it, not for everyone obviously, but it can make you more empathic because I think, this life is really about paradoxes. So if you know what it's like not to feel accepted, you're not going to want to make someone else feel like that. If you know what it's like to feel unattractive, you're not going to want to feel like that. If you know what it's like to be shut down,
but
just because
not everyone is like that. Like,
I
think that some people like take things the other way. Like they have a negative experience and then they want to like put that negative experience onto others because it makes them feel like
it's true.
So I feel like that is, you are a really empathetic person. You don't necessarily have to just be like.
What do you mean?
Like because you were saying like, the experience of being disabled makes you more understanding, but I feel like you're super understanding. Like maybe that's like something specific to you as well.
I think maybe.
Or do you think?
I think having a disability has made me more so like I'm patient, but I don't. My first reaction is not always patience.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely my mother's daughter. My mum is proper feisty.
And it's not patient.
She's not. And even as a little girl, like I was much more patient than my mum. I think that's part of why I decided to be her daughter, was to help to teach her patience. But she's much more patient now.
Yeah,
actually.
no, 100%,
So
100%.
Sure. But patience doesn't always come to me naturally, and my disability has taught me to be more patient. And the fact that I do need care and I do have to work with other people, it helps me to understand people on a deeper level.
Yeah.
But I can be impatient. I can be proper moody.
Yeah.
So
but I think for the most part, you're always very good at understanding people from different perspectives and stuff like that.
Thanks. I try. But so
I think it's probably like your greatest gift. Like,
do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's what you're like best at.
I seek to understand people.
Yeah.
Because if I understand people, I can understand it myself. And
It's such a hard thing to do, like to understand the perspective that you don't want to understand, because it's like it might like you don't agree with someone's opinion, or you don't agree with the way someone is, or you don't like the way someone is.
Yeah.
But like being able to like just try to understand what it's like, I think that can sometimes be difficult. But for you, like you're always happy to empathise with people whose agrees you may not agree, whose views you may not agree with. Yeah.
Sometimes. No, I'd say on the most. Do you think?
Yeah, I think
I
pretty
can
much.
be too hard on myself.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely.
Interesting. So, dating.
Yeah, back to dating.
Dating. It's a bit brutal.
Yeah.
But, like, I was in a really long-term relationship, so I didn't date,
Yeah.
you know? And before that, everybody who I was with, I met in person, and
Yeah.
it just happened naturally, so I never did the whole dating thing. So I first started dating... What day is it? Who's the president?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2019, the summer.
I think so, yeah. I think that was about right. Like kind of last year.
And I've been dating a bit recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm much more, I guess, it's funny because I'm more ready to date now, but I'm more resistant to dating now. I think it's because I know what I want, but like I was talking with a friend, sometimes you have to experience what you don't want to know what you do want, or experience part of what you do want. And it's like, well, am I gonna compromise myself? Or I mean, I do not have all the answers when it comes to dating at all. Like experiencing it like everyone else. But in terms of disability, so using a dating app for the first time was interesting. I can't say I love it. I find it.
I don't think anyone loves it. I don't think, I think it's like I think dating apps are kind of like a like strange existence.
Bizarre. But when I did like start chatting to someone that seemed somewhat decent, they didn't send me a picture of their, when it got to the stage where they'd like say, I want to meet you, I would always mention that I'm a water user, even though on some of my pictures you can see, but often people don't notice, and then the people that do notice, it's normally a bit fetishy.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
you really feel like people who notice and then they message you?
Well, just my experience.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying it's that way for everyone, but yeah.
Does that happen a lot?
I mean, a lot, not a lot, but a decent amount.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't go on it as much now, but when I was on it more.
And do you think like guys who message you like that, do you feel like they think that they're like complimenting you by saying it, or do you think they just don't think? And they're just
I think
stupid.
It's just common.
They're just stupid men.
I just think it's common for like it to get super, like for men to get super sexual with you super quickly on apps like that. And I think just the
people feel like they can do whatever they want, they can say whatever they want.
Yeah, there's that
there's no boundaries.
Sorry. I can't say it for some reason. Anonymity? Anonymity.
Yeah, that is a hard word.
It's a wrong word. But so I think that's just commonplace anyway, whether you have a disability or not. But I do think that sometimes once you tell them, it becomes like a, it'd be crude, but what would it be like to screw a disabled girl? Yeah.
That's really horrible. How does it make you feel?
I mean, honestly, I just think, I don't know if it's, I just think it's like a...
Does it put you off?
I just think, it's just the way some men are.
Yeah.
Oh God, no way would I carry on talking to someone.
No, I don't mean off that individual, I mean off the whole thing.
No, because it's just, it is what it is, right? Yeah.
But I do feel like sometimes when you're like when you're like, I don't know, like when I was on Bumble, Tinder, whatever, like you have like this sort of like a gross experience, you're like, uninstall the app, not doing this, like sometimes something like that can happen. You're like, oh God, what am I doing here? Like, and then you need a bit of space,
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I've heard some really disgusting things.
You're like, gross.
I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
I did not even touch on the subject.
Yeah.
But okay. So when, you know, it did get to the stage we were chatting and we exchanged numbers, you know, I would, like, it was quite a big thing to say, you know, and like that fear of rejection.
Yeah.
Just for what you are. I think that's what it is. If you don't like my personality, or you don't think we gel well, it's one thing. But for someone to reject you because
I know.
you're a wheelchair user, it never feels good.
I know.
Yeah. But actually, I think it only happened once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do know.
What happened? You were like
I
talking to
wasn't
someone,
even
and
that into him.
then after you've been talking to him for a while, you told him that you were a wheelchair user.
Yeah, well, he kept asking to meet me, and I wasn't even sure if I wanted to meet him. So then I told him, and yeah.
And did he ghost you?
No, he said, you're not for me, and then he.
You're damn straight. You're damn straight. She's not for
Thanks
you.
for helping me.
Yeah, 100%, literally.
But yeah, I'd say a lot of it was me psyching myself out.
Yeah.
And telling myself stories about how they would respond.
Yeah, but usually it's not like that.
No, and the more you like someone, the harder it is.
Yeah.
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 But fortunately, it's early days. You just don't know if you don't know until you meet somebody.
Yeah, no, definitely
there's
not.
There's chemistry or
Definitely,
something like that.
But no, there's nothing like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
We can always, you know, come back to it another time. And I'd say if you are, I'm going to speak to the women. Although for everyone, but I'm going to speak to the women. Just know your worth and just really work on self-love because that makes any type of relationship, dating, you like someone, you're spending more time with them, it's going to make it easier if you feel assured in yourself, know your worth, know your value, and it's been so powerful for me, so that's why I'm offering it out just as a reminder, because I need those reminders. I think we all do, right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed this. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. It was really nice. Yeah, I'm glad we finally did it. We've been having this idea for like ages, I think, before you even started making videos.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, take care everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.